and then anterior tilt. From here, you turn on the outer edge of the right foot, find the tilt in the pelvis here, and then from here you catch your top foot for a tree. If you're new, just do the side plank. You don't need a variation. You build up the work first, your foundation. And if you're looking for the foundation, watch my level 1 class, that video that I created a few days ago. Hip bones, right. If you want to make it more fun, then you push your hands down and then hands heavy, and then find the anterior tilt and lift the hips off the floor. One foot off the floor, the front foot up and out to the side, and then lean forward, back leg straight, and then here, and then work your hips, lean on your fingertips, back leg down, slide the foot back, Chaturanga Dandasana, and lie down. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Lawrence. Thanks for stopping by and watching this video. Today we're gonna do a back bend practice, and to do a pain-free back bend, we have to invite certain principle in the body. One of the principle that helps to open the back and keep the back spacious is the anterior tilt. So basically we're going to apply the anterior tilt in the practice, throughout the practice. So anterior tilt is this movement, okay? The hip bones go forward and down. That means when you do that, the sit bones will go back and up. So the front of the hip will go, the top of the hip will go forward and down. The sit bones will go back and up. So it's this movement, okay? This hip bones going forward, sit bones going back, and the full movement is the hip bones going forward and down, sit bones going back and up. So this movement in the hips, okay, at the top of the hips, forward, down, sit bones back and up, that is called the anterior tilt. So we're going to apply this throughout the practice. Yeah, and then also I will let you how to get into the pose and getting out of the pose. So this way you still feel like you're in the yoga class with a bunch of people, but through the with the help of the screen. So let's start in downward dog. Okay, so we're gonna go downward dog. Okay, now here in downward dog, you're going to apply that hip bones forward. The forward, hip bones forward, sit bones back is this. Hip bones will go towards your feet, sit bones will go away from the feet, and that creates a nice length on the back of the legs. Anterior tilt is a very good one in the downward dog to lengthen the hamstring, to release the lower back, and also gives nice release to your upper back and neck from one simple work. Another good quality that you can gain from this work is your hands and feet, they go heavy themselves on the ground just through the anterior tilt. All right, walk forward to Uttanasana. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Hip bones forward and down. When you do that, the sit bones gotta go back and up because the whole hips is a one big bone. So when the top go forward, the bottom has to go back. So if it's not going back, then you have to be conscious of your body and your movement, and you have to learn to isolate your body. In the beginning, if you're not so good in isolating, that's totally fine. By being aware, you can make things better. So that's the way, being aware is the way to make things better, through the consistent practice. So hip bones go forward, sit bones go back, touch the floor to Uttanasana. Step the left foot back, then make the feet heavy. Now you can start to do the anterior tilt, right? Hip bones forward, sit bones back, hip bones forward, sit bones back, keeping that bend the front leg, and then arms up. Anterior tilt. Hands on the ground, step forward, switch your legs. Find the anterior tilt. Downward dog. Invite the hip work. Get a nice stretch on the legs through the hip bones towards your feet, sit bones away from the feet. Plank. Lean on your fingertips, hip bones down here, sit bones up, keeping that. Sit forward to low plank, forearms are vertical, and lie down. Point the feet. You can anchor your hip bones down here, sit bones up, and then keeping that movement in the hips, then come up to cobra pose. Downward dog. Hip bones forward, sit bones up. Hip bones forward means towards your feet. Sit bones away from your feet, heels. Such a nice stretch. Okay, walk forward to standing forward bend. Here, your sit bones up. Hip bones down towards your big toes, gives you nice length on your legs, your spine. Just sprout out of the hip bones here. You get such a nice length through this work. Bend the knees, arms up, chair pose. Uttanasana. Okay, step the left foot back. Work your hip bones. Switch. Downward dog. Connect your hips, your anterior tilt. Find the anterior tilt here. Your anterior tilt here is hip bones down, sit bones up. And go forward, low plank and lie down. Point the feet, Cobra. Once you're up, reconnect to the pelvis. Especially if you're feeling the contraction pain on your lower back, you have to, do it slowly and consciously to bring that flow of the pelvis, of the anterior tilt. And if you're doing it, you should feel the freedom on your back. Downward dog. Hey, come down on your knees. Now legs are warmed up. Legs gonna feel light in the upside down. So we're gonna do Pincha Mayurasana, okay? So your forearms down. Your forearms are down. Your fingertips heavy, elbows heavy. And then from there, you're gonna do anterior tilt. Find the anterior tilt. Walk forward. Anterior tilt, hip bones towards your big toes here. Sit bones towards the top edge of the mat. For now, we're not doing this work. Then hip bones work. Now find the anterior tilt here, right? So you're not going to give up your work. I like to do the work with on the exhale, this one. Alright, that's the Pincha Mayurasana. Hip bones forward, sit bones back. Is that work? Okay. Okay. Let's meet in standing forward bend. And from here, we're going to step the left foot back and spin the back heel down. And from there, we're going to take your left arm. Right hand goes beside the right foot. Left arm goes over the head for Parsvakonasana. Extended side angle pose. Now, find the hip bones. Anterior tilt. Do that on the back leg, okay? Your back hip. From there, you straighten your front leg for a triangle. Left hip bone doing the anterior tilt. And when you do that, the front foot starts to go heavy on the ground, which is a good thing coming in from the work on the left hip. From here, you bend the front leg, and we're going to do half moon. Slide the right hand forward and hop your back foot off the ground. Now lean on your fingertips and the bottom foot toes. That will be a good, building up the foundation. And after that, you connect to the hip bones. Anterior tilt on the left hip. And then hands on the ground, come down to Uttanasana. Catch your breath, but still you can do the anterior tilt. Step the right foot back, spin the back heel down. From there, take your right arm over the head, focusing on the hips. Then from there, Trikonasana, work your hips. Top arm over the head. This one gives you a nice stretch here on the waistline, okay? Yeah, bend the front leg and hop your back foot off the ground. Lean on your fingertips and your toes so your foundation is heavy. And after that, your anterior tilt here on the top hip. Looking down in the beginning is good. When you look at the ground, it feels stable, you know. The body feels more, stable. Once you feel stable, then you can slowly look up towards the sky. But if you're losing the ground, look down in the beginning. You can do that. Alright, then land to Uttanasana. Make your feet heavy, anterior tilt. While you're doing that, you stand up. Right? Okay. Okay, facing the front. Okay, from here, we're going to do simple tree pose. Lean your body weight to the left foot. Catch your right foot. So when you do the tree, you lean on your toes on the bottom leg. So it's more, it's a way to stabilize your form. And after that, you do the anterior tilt. Okay, and then from there, you can reach your arms up. Arms by your side, bring a leg in and release feet together. Okay, other side, lean towards the toes, then catch your foot. And then start to figure out your anterior tilt here. Hip bones forward, sit bones back, and keep doing that. If you do the whole thing, the loop, it's like a loop. Hip bones go forward and down, sit bones back and up. And if you keep continuing that, actually you still hold the core strength. Your body won't arch so much. There's a perspective that when you do the anterior tilt, we think that there's a lot of curve coming in, but if you keep maintaining the work, then the excess curve will dissolve itself through that loop work. And arms down, leg in, and release feet together. All right, let's meet in downward dog just to get a nice stretch again on the back of the legs. Downward dog is a good pose to feel that, that connection of the anterior tilt. And come down knees, sit on the heels, take a breath. Okay, we're gonna find the same hip work in the handstand as well. Okay, in a handstand you got to keep your hands heavy, arms straight. That's a general position of your hands and arms, right? Your hands heavy. That's what I call it, handstand. So you're balancing on your hands. Your hands got to go heavy on the ground and arms straight. If your hands are heavy, arms they go straight itself. So after that, then we're going to come back to our hips, right? And you're going to find that anterior tilt, okay? The continuous movement of the hips. Hip bones forward, down, sit bones back and up, that. And here, again, do this work on your exhale, because when you do on the exhale actually takes your belly in. And that is a way to not to curve your back so much. If you do with the exhale, even the anterior tilt will keep the natural curve on your lower back, and that's what we're supposed to look for in the handstand. Okay, not losing the natural curve. The all, we try to focus. We try to bring the all three curves in the spine. That's supposed to be the focus in the yoga practice. One of the focus. Anyway, okay, so let's do it. Let's do the handstand. So you're gonna start. Okay, let's start in a downward dog, right? And then your arms straight, hands heavy, arms straight, and followed by hip bones, sit bones, right? The anterior tilt. Now look forward, walk forward halfway, one leg up, and then anterior tilt. Okay, that's the handstand. So, when you're maintaining the anterior tilt, if you're really doing it, your neck and your shoulders, they are completely free in the handstand, and the neck and shoulders should be free when you're doing the handstand, not like this, So you should be free in the upside down work. Okay, downward dog. From here, you can step the right foot forward between the hands, drop the knee down. This can be, the whole practice can be, level 1 class as well. You just take out the, if you're new, take out the inversion stuff and just keep the rest of the stuff. And it's still a level 1 class. And if you've been doing the work for a while, and then you add the inversion stuff, okay? Okay, we're gonna twist, left arm up, exhale, hook, and start to find the hip bones, the anterior tilt. The anterior tilt is so good in the twist, gives you such a nice free twist on your back. Right here. And then step forward, easy way to switch. Then come up, right arm up, and twist. The feet, they go heavy as well. When you have anterior tilt, here in this pose, the feet are steady. Chicken, sit down. Okay, hands down, downward dog. From here, you turn on the outer edge of the right foot, find the tilt in the pelvis. Here. And then from here, you catch your top foot for a tree. If you're new, just do the side plank. You don't need a variation. You build up the work first, your foundation. And if you're looking for the foundation, watch my level 1 class, that video. that I created a few days ago. Flip wild thing. This time bend both knees here, and then find the tilt. Downward dog. That's to the other side. Turn. Fit together. Then level one here. Right, and then if you're ready, keeping the hip bones. Alright, and the flip, the wild thing. Alright, downward dog. Right leg pigeon. Same thing here, focus on the hip bones, and you can go down the forearms. Here, hip bones are down and towards the back edge of the mat. Sit bones up and forward. That is the anterior tilt here. Downward dog. Push back. Find the tilt. Other side, pigeon. Alright, downward dog. And come down knees. We're going to do another unbalancing. Is the Pinchamayurasana variation. Okay, so you're going to start in the Pinchamayurasana arms, and then from there one arm goes back towards the Chaturanga Dandasana low plank arm. One arm is low plank, the other arm is Pinchamayurasana, and you gotta align your shoulders. You don't want to go lopsided, you want to go even on the ground. Right, and then from there you find your hip bones. Okay, one leg up, and then hip bones. So that's the work One arm is Pincha Mayurasana, one is Chaturanga Dandasana. If you look at my arms, is the arm is, your hand is pretty far, okay? Normally what I see is people do elbow and hand is kind of in line. When that happens, you lose the alignment of the forearm, and that's the way to also get the lopsided shoulder. And when you kick with the lopsided shoulder, tendency is to go out on the side when you swing, and it makes you move away from the center of the body. So now to feel that, align the shoulder, align your arms. That's the the pre-work. Okay, let's do the other side. One arm Chaturanga Dandasana, one arm Pincha Mayurasana, shoulders are parallel. Once you have that basic work, the general structure, lift the knees up, and then hip bones, right. Okay. That's your variation of Pincha Mayurasana. Downward dog. Come down, knees, and sit down. So here, this anterior tilt, not just good for your back bend, it's also super good when you're doing the hip opening work. So let's do some hip opening work. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna separate your legs apart, okay? Separate legs apart, and then ground your sit, and then you need to find your hip bones forward, sit bones back, that kind of work, okay? Hip bones forward and down, sit bones back and up. That is like the whole, you're creating a circle. And then if you keep doing that, and you can call that as a loop. All right, hip bones forward, sit bones back and up. So when you do this, the spine just keeps sprouting out of the hips. It's a good stretch on the back of the legs as well. The hamstring lengthens here, big time. So I'm pretty up here, right? Like my torso is away from the ground, but I keep doing the work on the hips. My head will go down, my chest will go down, eventually my chest will touch the floor. And come down, come up. Here to get out of the pose, you can catch your inner knees, then lean back, lift the knees up, and close your legs. All right, here. And then from here, we're going to do double pigeon. So left foot goes under, the right leg goes on the top, like that. You lean back, right, first, and then start to find the anterior tilt. Hip bones forward, sit bones back. So that's the tilt you want to create. Creating that tilt gives you lift in the lower back, and the lift shows, a lift will give you shows the widening is happening in the pelvis now. Okay, so hip bones forward, sit bones back. Lengthen your lumbar, spaciousness, the widening of the pelvis, your sit bones. And right now my knee is not touching the bottom leg, right? And that's totally fine, but it will touch if I continue my work in the pelvis, anterior tilt. See, the knee is almost down. Keep the focus on the hips. And eventually my forearms will go down as well. And eventually we can drop the head down towards the floor too. Okay, then from here, if you want to add from here to lotus, what you do is slide the foot back to half lotus, right? Keep that anterior tilt and slide the other foot forward so your knee can touch the ground. And then keeping the anterior tilt, you hold your foot with the foot from the outside edge, gets the outer edge of the foot. Then do the anterior tilt, keeping that. Then you slide the foot up to lotus, anterior tilt, right? And that can be your lotus pose. And from here, if you want to make it more fun, then you push your hands down and then hands heavy, and then find the anterior tilt and lift the hips off the floor, lotus off the ground. All right, sit down, lean back, and then wiggle your foot, release one foot, the other foot, and then you got to do the other side lotus. Not lotus, double pigeon first to start with. Then you find that hips work, the anterior tilt. So again, see how my knee is up right now when I start, but I can touch the leg on the ground on my leg, and I can still do still do the lotus, and that is coming from the precision in the precision in the hips. Yoga practice is all about precision, guys. Okay, it's not guessing work. Do not guess in the yoga practice. Guessing is the way to torture your body, and that guessing work also puts you in the puts you in the bad side of the practice. That means you're gonna end up hurting yourself, injured. You're gonna invite the injury, invite the pain in the body, and that's not a good feeling when you have a pain. Work your hips, sit bones back, hip bones forward. That simple work is so good. And you come up, right? And then let's do a little fun work. Slide the foot back, half lotus, right? And then wiggle the foot, other foot out so the knee can go down. Then find the tilt in the pelvis, keeping the tilt, and then slide the foot. So the tilt also help you to keep the freedom on the knees. Okay, if the tilt is missing, your thigh bones are out of the socket, and that creates a lot of stress in the legs, okay, stress in the knees. So here, your lotus, hip bones work, hands to the side, palms flat, stand on your fingertips, whatever works for you, and then push your hands, find the tilt, and then go here. Right, this is just a simple lift. Sit down, lean back, and release your lotus. Okay. You can do here, feet together. Catch your feet. Same thing. Anterior tilt. It gives you such a nice stretch on the hamstring from this work. Okay, now we have opened the hips quite enough. Let's try the flying pigeon today. Okay, so here you go here from the front. It looks like this. Okay, before I go to the side, from the front it looks like a number 4. See that? And then you bow forward. You hook your arms on your shin. That's the work, and then you lift the bottom foot off the ground. So it's unbalancing. So here, number 4, then find the tilt, right? Hip bones forward, sit bones back. That gives a lot of room to lean forward, to fold the torso over the legs, right? And then you hook. And then find that tilt. Lean on your fingertips, work on that tilt. Come down. Let's do the other side. My foot was kind of slipping off the arm. Because of that, I didn't let my leg go straight behind me. So here, number 4. Then you fold. So here, when you feel your foot is slipping off your arm, no need to straighten your leg, right? The back leg. Just try to hold the pose and build up the strength. And from here, lean on your fingertips, forearms are vertical or pass forward vertical, and here to start with. This is the simple, build up work to do the full pose. That's the flying pigeon. Okay, let's do the thigh stretch and catch the breath as well. You step the left foot back, right? And then turn your right foot out. Take your arm back and catch your foot. Right here. And then sink your hips forward. You can go down on your forearm. And here. Readjust if you need to. And let go your foot. Then from here we're going to go to downward dog. Take your right leg toward the sky. Find that tilt. Bend, open the hips towards wild thing. Downward dog. We can go from here straight, left foot forward, drop the knee down, turn your foot out, 10 o'clock. Take your arm back, lift the back foot off the ground, and then forearm on the ground. You can find the anterior tilt here as well, especially do the right hip here. It gives you a deep stretch on your quadricep when you do that. And that's the goal in this work, this pose. Right, downward dog. Take a left leg up towards the sky. Right, lift up, open the hips, and you flip. Downward dog. Come down, knees. You don't have to keep rushing into the pose, right? Especially home practice, you have more, you can create your own timing to, pause and then move, pause to settle and then continue, pause to settle and continue, right? So you don't want to settle so much that you're going to lose the momentum in the practice. You want to just a little bit of stepping back and then reintegrating again. So here we're gonna do the Kundalini Asana. This is unbalancing work, and I want you to lean on your fingertips. In the previous video, I talked about leaning on the fingertips a lot when I was teaching. Pretty much that video was all unbalancing. So I mentioned about leaning on the fingertips a lot, and some of the postures, unbalancing your forearms. Got to be vertical or pass forward vertical, not backward. Backward is a weakness, forward is okay, and vertical is okay. All right, so here, from here you can just step your right foot forward. All right, and then you will weave your right arm under your right thigh, right hand beside the right foot. All right, then from here, start to lean on your fingertips and start to do the hip work. One foot off the floor, the front foot up and out to the side, and then lean forward, back leg straight, and then here, and then work your hips, lean on your fingertips, back leg down, slide the foot back, Chaturanga Dandasana, and lie down. You don't want to collapse, right? Start to link the work from there. You back leg down, slide the other foot back, and then you do the low plank position. And then from there, you come to Cobra. Okay, downward dog. Like at the length. Okay, left foot forward, drop the knee down. I know I'm rusty, right? Compared to my 10 years ago video, I'm rusty right now, but my consistent work is gonna clean that rust, to find my the practice that I've left at some point, and once I get there, and I'm gonna rebuild the work. So that's the that's the flow we wanna seek in the practice, right? When you're being part of the practice, we want to see how far the practice can go, And that's the way to see the, to catch the precision in the work as well. And catching the precision is the way to invite that minimum effort and maximum results. And everybody wants that, don't we? Minimum effort, maximum result. Okay, start to find the hip bones, your anterior tilt, but lean on your fingertips. Then from your back leg straight. Back leg down, slide the foot back, hold, and lie down. You see the work? How to go to low plank, cobra. Downward dog. As if to plank, low plank, and lie down. From here, let's do another thigh stretch. You bring your forearms on the forearms like this. I pin to my right arm. Then from there, you bring your left forearm turned in. Your forearm is diagonal to the top edge of the mat. Then you bend the back leg, your right leg. Right foot of the ground, catch your foot, and then you find the anterior tilt, right? And then slowly pull the foot to beside the hip. Ooh, I can feel the tight shoulder. And reason for me having a tight shoulder is because I've done the good practice. It's been a while. Even the foot, taking the foot down is wow. But this will go down. Keep watching my video and I'll show you how to deepen the work. But when you are not so deep, try not to force it. That's the way to torture yourself. Just acknowledging where you are, and from there you're building the practice. Inviting precision is a way to move in a healthy way in any practice. Anterior tilt. Okay, from there you bend both knees. We're gonna do back bend work. From here, anterior tilt work. Whew. Come on to your hands and knees. That's kind of deep for me at this time, Okay, let's do a camel. In the camel, you tuck your toes. Right, that's more stable for your knees as well, especially if your knees are in a painful situation. Tucking the toes is better than pointing. All right, so from here, that anterior tilt. Gives you a nice curve to your back. Come up. Okay, turn around and lie down. Let's do some Urdhva Dhanurasana. Okay, let's go right into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Place your hands beside your ears, right over the shoulders, and then set the hands flat. Don't take your elbows out, okay? If you take your elbows out, your wrist feels, the wrist starts to invite the pain. So not to feel the pain, elbows in. That also brings the forearms vertical, in towards the vertical position, and you want that. Okay, from here, hips up, chest up, come to the top of the head. Hips up, chest up on your head. And from there, readjust the hands and feet, and then anterior tilt, and go. Hey, come down. Okay, that's a little short hold. Oh. Okay, number 2. Hips up. You start to do the anterior tilt here. It gives you a nice curve, right? Anterior tilt on your head. Anterior tilt and go up. I come down. I can feel the legs. Whew. It's a good burn. It's a good burn. That's the sign that you're working, you're working. Okay, let's try the one more. Let's try one more. Set the feet. Your feet are hip distance. Your heels close to your butt, so your shins are coming towards the vertical line. Place your hands beside your ears. You move your hair here like this, okay? If you have long hair, move your hair like this. So when you place your hands, your hand is not pushing into your hair. When you go up, you're not pulling your hair. That's a painful feeling, when you pull your hair. You know what I'm talking about. We have all done it, so we can learn from it and not to feel the extra pain. It's already pain, right? You don't have to gather any extra pain. Anyway, one more time. Hip bones go up. Hey, come down. Okay, not bad. Okay, from here just roll to the side. Downward dog is a good one to realign and lengthen your body. Hey, okay, so we're going to do downward dog and lengthen. Find the anterior tilt here. down, knees, child's pose. Okay, let's do the simple tripod headstand. If you have a hard time doing this one, the classic headstand like this, right? Tripod is much easier, and there's also, it's like a semi headstand. You can do it, so it can be built up towards the full headstand. Okay, so we're gonna just do the more easy version of headstand. So what you're gonna do is you come onto your hands and knees, and then you're gonna bring the top of the head between the hands. Then you slide the hands back until your forearms are vertical. Then you lift the knees off the ground, keep your neck long, walk forward. Then from here, 1, 2. This is the start, okay? And then from here, you can go here, right here, and here. And you can still find the anterior tilt. Or, right, same way, come down. Right? And from here, instead of going here, you can also do this. Walk forward, right? And find the anterior tilt. That will help you to float. Okay? Child's pose. And come up. All right, so that's the headstand. There's again the basic first, right, and build up slowly towards the taking the legs up, and once you can balance there, then the next step will be here. But today it's just that. So from here, we're gonna lie down and just do a shoulder stand, a simple shoulder stand. But before we go here, place your hands behind the head, interlock your fingers, push your head into your arm, your hands, resist your hands into the head, and from there lift the chin up and bring your chin parallel to the ground, so that way you have a natural curve on your neck. And that's a good one to, just a simple way to release keep the neck in a neutral, keeping the neck in a neutral position. Okay. All right. From here, we lie down on the back. And then from there, lift the chest up, push your elbows down, and then you swing your legs up, right? And then you can come to plow pose to start with.
back to plow. Hands to the ground and slowly. From here, you can just drop your knees to the side. Close your legs, roll to your side, and come up. You get to lie down as long as you want, right? But I don't have a time to relax today. I gotta go pick up my kids. Time, right? Yeah. Okay, that's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I gotta go pick up my kids. If you like the videos, subscribe, hit the like buttons, and comments what you want to learn from me. Hey, thank you again. See you in the next video. Ciao. Bye-bye.